What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to PlayStation Generation, episode 43, I think. My name is Matt, and I'll be your host for tonight's snowy ass events. I'm joined, as always, by the man who bleeds gold and black, Mr. Court Lalonde. What's up, Court?
Oh, I was up way too late watching Canada lose in a hockey game last night, and I'm tired. I was also Matt knows this. My daughter got called up to the rep team, I left my house yesterday at 10 a.m. to go to the first arena. By the end of the day, I'd been to 4 arenas and I hadn't been home yet, and I got home at like first period. It just ended, so it was like 8:30, 8:45. I left my house at like 10 a.m. I just went from rink to rink to rink to rink to rink to rink all day. It was great, but it kicks you in the teeth. Plus, every time I go outside, I'd have to spend 15 minutes to clear off my car.
Oh my God.
And then it would take forever to drive anywhere because you're like, well, I got to drive slow and it's very dangerous out. And then the drive home, I messaged Matt and I was like, I might die.
Dude, yeah, it's so dangerous,
man.
When the outside, when the inside rink is better than the outside weather, you know something's wrong. All right,
that's a very good way to look at it, man.
Right? I'm just saying.
Perspective.
And of course, the PlayStation Hokage himself, Mr. Rice. Boy, what's up, Rice?
What's up, man? What's up? You know, trying real hard. I'm on my I'm drinking caffeine. Yes.
Wow, brah.
But I'm gonna crash because I have been shoveling snow.
Yep.
Purely to stay present here tonight.
I feel like everybody who doesn't live in the area that we do, we've been getting absolutely like sidelined by snow. And when I mean like quite literally, the piles outside of my house are as tall as I am. I have nowhere else to put the snow that is still falling and will continue to fall. So all of us pretty exhausted today. We're coming in with a more subdued energy. I know we say that now, but I'll give us about 10 minutes until we're making dick jokes and then doing whatever else.
I don't know, man. I spent part of my day yesterday sharing snow piles with Matt.
Yeah, literally, we were just sending pictures.
I was like, well, my driveway's got more snow. He's like, no, my driveway's got more snow.
My pile is bigger than your pile.
Jeez.
Well, apologies in advance if tonight's episode is a little limp, but without further ado,
God damn it,
you're really getting into those dick jokes, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know.
I did have a drink, so I'm a little tired. With
alcohol.
I had to have a coffee at 2:30 just to make it through the day today.
I meant to grab a drink and I forgot. So that's my good old brain. On this week's show, we're going to be talking, of course, the State of Play happened. We're going to be recapping all the biggest announcements and events, giving our thoughts and feelings. We're going to be talking about some Astrobot, some PlayStation Plus stuff, and a whole lot more. So prepare thyself for the adventure of a lifetime. But before we do all that, Court, what you been playing?
Honestly?
Yeah. Besides Snow Shoveling Simulator.
Pokemon, TCG, 100%. I fell off high on life. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. By like Wednesday, I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore. I was just like, I don't know. The dick jokes and fart jokes was just not vibing with me. And this may sound weird. The graphics look like garbage.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, there's something about the look of that game that I just don't like. And I don't know if it's the graphics as much as it's like the art style or a combination of the two, but there's just something off-putting about it. I don't know. It reminds me of, and I know I'm probably going to catch flack for saying this, but it reminds me of like if Ren and Stimpy went out in space. Like that's I don't like that art style. There's something about the kind of like on purpose weirdness of it that just doesn't sit well with me.
I remember you saying that you actually like didn't vibe with like Psychonauts as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of like,
I love Psychonauts though.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, but I don't think like art style is like a far throw. But I imagine if you take that and then make it much more crass and juvenile, maybe it doesn't work as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep like I started doing the DLC from Horizon, the remaster. It's like, oh, I'll do it. I'm looking ahead. I'm just like, okay, I've never played Days Gone before. Well, sorry, I've never finished Days Gone. I played it for a little bit, and then I was like, this game stinks. But it's coming back out, so I might.
Spoilers.
Oh, it's spoilers. Yeah. I think the issue is I can see the future, and I'm like, I got Indiana Jones, I got Forza, I got Assassin's Creed. I got 3 games that I know I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna vibe with you, and they're coming real soon. Well, I guess Indy's not till April. Yeah, I think it's.
We don't know exactly yet.
Yeah, but I know I have Forza and I have Forza, And next month I have my Assassin's Creed, so I'm gonna be fine. I just right now I'm in a lull.
Yeah, you're in a month. You got a month.
I got MLB The Show next month.
Yeah, you got a month. You got a month of coasting. You're chilling. You're hitting that
March
backlog.
is gonna be ridiculous for me.
March is gonna pop off. Your March is gonna be my February.
Yeah, that makes because I'll have Forza's March as well. Is it
April? I think.
Okay, that's April. So I'll have
Assassin's Creed and MLB are both big hitters for you.
Yeah, it's huge.
Right. So that's a couple of bangers coming your way real fast. Rice, my dude, what about you? What you been playing?
Yes, unashamedly playing Pokemon Arceus because I had put that one down for a while and didn't finish it.
Is that on the Switch?
It's on the Switch, yeah. Mainly because I've just been playing a lot of Pokemon and everything. Hopped into
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the older stuff and just like reliving little moments here. And I've actually dove into a bunch of different things. So I dusted off my DS, even the Game Boy Color. Crazy that I still have that thing, but it's been really fun. Really fun.
Question for the press pool here. I know we're now in the new age where, like, Jesus, Phil Spencer did another interview. Like, Xbox is over. They're just a publisher now. But
Jesus, Phil Spencer. Sorry,
but if Nintendo, I think Pokemon is that one game where if Nintendo was like, do we want to make billions of dollars? You know what? We're not going to put Mario. We're not going to put Zelda. Let's drop Pokemon on PlayStation.
No shot. And do you know why?
I know it'll never happen, but I'm just because they don't play nice in the sandbox. But
not even that. Game Freak can't handle it.
No.
Game Freak straight up cannot handle it. The technical gap that would be like they don't have a ton of technical acumen as we've seen over the last number of years. I don't disagree. It would make stupid money.
I think it would be great. I think it would be the #1 selling PlayStation game ever.
Forever. Yeah,
ever.
Probably.
Like if they were like, hey, we're gonna give you a remastered Pokemon game starting at like Red next year, and then they just every year they give you a new one, and you're just like, what the like they would just be like Scrooge McDucking, and Nintendo would be like, do we even need a Switch 2?
You're right.
If they ever actually remade Pokemon Red, that would just print money.
Yeah, well, I'm only saying that because you've talked about it before, Matt. Like that's the ultimate Pokemon game, right?
Yeah.
Nope, Heart Gold.
Heart Gold.
Heart Gold. Soul Silver. Let's go, Matt. Let's go.
That is Pokemon to perfection. There is not a single bad thing about that game.
Yes. Agreed.
But yeah, anything other than Pokemon, Ricey boy?
And
if that's an answer, no, that's fine.
No, there is. But I haven't really actually no. I've been playing a little bit of something else, but I don't really want to talk about that right now, so that's fine.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about Leisure Suit Larry next week.
Are you playing the game with the wizards and the warlocks?
Yeah.
Eternal Strands.
That's getting some odd reviews.
Or Avowed.
Both.
Oh, there you go.
Both.
Yeah. For me, I realized I didn't talk about this. I had my review go live for Trails Through Daybreak 2. Massive fan of the series. Probably my least favorite entry.
Yeah, you didn't give that a good number.
No, it's because like they do this, and somebody was like, spoilers. I'm like, it's in the trailer, bro. But they do this like time loop mechanic where like they show like your main cast getting brutally murdered, and they're like, nope, never mind, and they keep doing that all game, and it just gets to a point where it's like nothing matters because you know that they're about to turn back the clock and reset
like
everything.
Last season of Lost.
Never watched Lost.
Or Source Code.
Didn't watch that either.
What the
But that's the premise. Is there's a time loop you keep
Rice.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, Rice. Yes, Rice.
We do not just let this go.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Name a great movie or a TV show and watch. You could do 5 in a row, and I'm talking about name some stuff from like that Matt will have not seen it or not even heard of it.
Right. Just hit me with 5 MCU movies, and I got you.
No, don't put it in the new
Cap
one.
2, Cap 3, Iron Man 1,
Cap
Iron Man 2.
Terrible.
People seem to like it.
Rice, do you know who Captain Caveman is?
I do know. Yes,
Grizzly Adams.
I was afraid to. I was like, I know a lot of stuff.
Okay. Now look at Matt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who either of those characters
Yeah,
are.
I know.
True.
He's a
You're
little
actually
scraggly
onto
lately.
something there.
Okay, well, do you know who Yvonne of the Yukon is?
No.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go.
I am the bridge here.
You are the bridge.
I did.
You are the bridge.
I know both of those.
You are the bridge.
characters.
Yeah, no, I played that. It's fine. Like, it's not a bad game. Even a bad Trails game is better than most games.
fine.
But it's fine. But yeah, like it was okay. And then I put together, speaking of like Court talking about like, you know, upcoming games, I put together my list of what of what's on the docket. I want to
Okay.
go back to Eternal Strands. I'm eyeing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and then this is my next couple months. Lost
Wow.
Records is around the corner. That's hitting PlayStation Plus. I'm curious about Avowed. Nights in Tight Spaces looks dope. Split Fiction is going to be awesome. The Last of Us 2 PC. South of Midnight, Expedition 33, Lost Soul Solid, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Hell is Us, the Switch 2, whenever that comes.
Metal Gear Solid Delta, Matt. That game. That's gonna be like, oh, I can't wait, man. I love Metal Gear.
Dude.
Prepare your Vaseline.
Prepare it. Prepare it.
Mhm.
Now, The Last of Us on PC, I'll jump into it.
Mhm.
South
Sure.
of Midnight and Avowed. After Jake Baldino's review on Avowed, I'm out.
I don't want
Really?
it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with Game Pass, but like
But
whether I commit to it or not,
I don't
is a
have.
different story.
I don't have that anymore. I don't know, man. I just his review was like just the same as Matt. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
and
and
this
that's the thing.
Midnight. I'll wait till that comes to the PlayStation because I know
Sure.
it's coming now. So whatever.
Yeah, no doubt. And then I'm a maybe on AC Shadows, Adam Fall, and Days Gone Remastered.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how reviews
Yeah.
are. You know, I'm not kind of busting down
I
the door
love
for
his
any of them.
maybe list is a definite for me.
Yeah, legit. It actually is. But I had fun putting that together. But without further ado, folks, let's hop in to the state of play because we got a bunch of announcements.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into the announcements, I want to kind of check the pulse here. How did we feel about it? It was over, more than 40 minutes long. There was a lot there.
Sure.
But I want to see what you're feeling, and we'll get into the announcements and stuff. But Court, what did you think of the state of play?
It wasn't for me state of play.
Okay,
but I know that
Sure.
like a lot of Souls games and a lot of like Returnal type game, like it felt like they were catering to a certain audience. Totally get it.
Mhm.
Usually I can take away one thing. Like I said, the one game, the remastered, I'm like, you know what? I'll hop into it. I know it's going to be PS5 Pro. I'm like, you know what? It'll probably look pretty.
Yeah.
It's just there wasn't a lot in there where like Metal Gear, I got to see that again. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Other than that, I wasn't expecting any, oh my God, this is what we're gonna get. So that didn't bother me, but was no Ghost kind of pissed me off. And I don't know why it pissed me off. I was just like, I wanted to see it. So it wasn't that I was disappointed, but I'm glad I didn't overhype myself. If that makes sense.
You were like, it was fine. It's fine.
It's fine. There's a lot of people that I saw that liked it. I saw a lot of
Mhm.
people in the same like boat as me,
Mhm.
but no one's like, "Oh, it stinks."
Yeah, fair. Right. So what about you, my dude?
Yeah, I felt good. I was expecting less. So maybe my expectations kind of informed the way that I actually felt about it. I had been talking about playing the Borderlands games for a few weeks and kind of going through a deep dive of those and seeing the trailer kind of I'm a bit skeptical.
It wasn't a good trailer, eh? It was not.
It's just it's how I felt when 3 came out. It's just like more of the same stuff. And with that promise of like needing to do something different in order to kind of pique people's interests, especially the community that was really kind of loyal to the franchise, didn't do much for me. There were a couple other things though that I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Were you surprised we didn't get a Forza trailer?
I was surprised.
Yeah, I actually was surprised we didn't get.
I was expecting that, right? Lies of P, I actually was not expecting like anything on that, but I was happy to hear that because I just personally have stakes in playing that game. I spent hours on it, played it on stream, ended up just really enjoying my time with it. So that was pretty cool. But I think that my hype level did kind of like match my expectation of it. Yeah.
I think I'm with you entirely, Rice. I felt like when it ended, I was like, like it was whatever. And then when I went back in and started actually going through the list of games, I was like, you know what? There's a lot of good stuff here. I do agree, Court, that there was a lot of games that felt very samey, and this is a third person melee combat action game and you can't always decipher, is this a Souls-like or
it
not?
felt like almost all of them.
It did feel like that. Going back through it, not all of them are, which made me more excited about some.
Sure.
But it was
the Housemark one Souls-like?
No, but it's just that one's going to be brutally difficult because that's what Housemark does anyway. It's just not a Souls-like.
Right.
It won't be a Souls-like. It might be a roguelike. We don't know if it's going to be a Souls-like though. But there was quite a bit here that I'm actually looking forward to. None of that outside of 1 or 2 that I was like ultra hype for. The most of them I was like kind of like, cool, I'll play that. If if it comes and reviews are decent, and if it's at a time when I have nothing else to play, like I'll play that. But like I think it kind of met my expectations. I think it was a little better than what I expected, honestly. But there wasn't a lot that like blew me away.
Yeah.
I was very confused for the fact that the same day they released an MLB The Show trailer, and I'm like, why don't you just put that in the state of play? Like, it is, as much as like Matt doesn't play this game, even Matt said last year, he was like, dude, I can't believe how many people are talking about this game today. Like, it
there's
is
a buzz.
very big game. It always is. It isn't coming to Game Pass. I was very surprised they picked a tone. And maybe that's why I thought everything looked like Souls-like or roguelike, because they did pick a tone for this state of play. Instead, like Rice, we both thought Forza was going to be there, right?
Yes.
And it was an easy slam dunk to put it there. And I'm sure Xbox was like, can we put it there? Like, might as well. And you knew that it wasn't going to be there when they were just like, oh, you can heart it now. You can throw it in your wish list.
Right.
I was like, okay. I was just very surprised certain games weren't there. And it also sounds like from that Phil Spencer interview that happened with Xbox Era, I guess, over the weekend, he wanted to do something, but maybe not with a state of play, but he wanted to announce more, because he was saying something about when they did their developers direct, they didn't have the assets ready to drop. Like there was stuff in the developers direct, I guess, for that Xbox showcase that they were PlayStation 5 games. And they just didn't have the I was just very surprised they didn't take that time to not just go after all these Souls-like and rogues-likes and be like, hey, here's games for everybody. And because they've been doing such a good job lately with their messaging, especially with their PlayStation Plus, of like, here's the game for this person, here's the game, like giving
do you want to know
everybody something?
Do you want to know what the Xbox thing feels like to me? I feel like they're going to use that as like a victory lap thing around Summer Game Fest. Whatever state of play or showcase, whatever they might have, I feel like there's going to be a solid 5 minutes to being like, here's all the Xbox games that are here. Here are all the Xbox games that are coming. Like we won. Not exactly saying that, but you know, that's going to be the kind of vibe, being like, now you can play all of your past Xbox exclusives on PlayStation. And you know what I mean? I feel like until they have more to talk about, I do agree that Forza not being there was a little bit weird, but I feel like we've seen PlayStation the last few years. They have a bit of a chip on their shoulder again. So I feel like they're going to use that as kind of like a look at us. You know what I mean? I feel like they have enough that they wanted to talk about. Let's roll through the announcements. Sure. Stop me if there's anyone that you want to talk about, because there was quite a few, so we're just going to kind of roll through them. If you want to sound off about one, hit me up. Monster Hunter Wilds got a new trailer talking about some of the DLC that's coming. That's coming February 28th. Shinobi Art of Vengeance got re-revealed. We knew that this was coming, but it got a trailer showing off the gameplay hitting August 29th. This did look cool.
This looked very good. So I got a lot hoping on. I'm really hoping this is a good game. I really do. It does. It looks a lot like Prince of Persia. But it does. Shinobi is a Sega game from way back in the day. I think was it Master System or just the regular Sega Genesis? I can't remember. But
Genesis, I think.
Yeah, it's just a lot of nostalgia with this bad boy. And you know what it looks like? It looks like Bionic Commando from back in the day. It looks.
Oh my gosh!
It does, man. It looks like Bionic Commando with Shinobi. It looks good.
Yeah.
It just looks really slick. Yeah, like the animation looks beautiful. Like the way that the game, game looks, just is
lots
really
of flair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I am curious about this one. Sonic Racing Crossworlds got announced. There's a closed network test coming February 21st. I don't know if we got an actual a release date announcement. Those are the words I'm looking for. Unironically, my game of the show, Digimon Story Time Stranger, I am so absolutely excited about this. This looks like a Digimon game with an actual budget.
Yeah, dude.
It's been like a decade since the first Digimon story hit. I love these games for like the Pokemon-esque ones. This is Digimon. The storyline that they look like they're adapting is one that people have been really excited to see for quite some time. This looks like it actually has a budget. It looks beautiful. It looks like a lot of fun, and it's evidently coming this year in 2025. Unironically, I popped off the loudest for this one. I'm incredibly excited. I love the series probably more than Pokemon, just being straight up.
Okay.
I can't wait for this game. I like riding Garurumon and stuff, dude. I was tweaking.
There's nothing like this. There's nothing like this out there, so it's exciting.
I love it. I love Digimon so very much. Very excited about that one. Lost Soul aside, got another trailer. This is also got its release date of May 30th. I know a lot of people are very excited about this one. This one falls into the category of like I'm excited, but it looks
like
a
Final
lot.
Fantasy, man.
It does, which is why I'm excited.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm excited. It just looks really cool. It looks really dope. I think
it's like if Final Fantasy made a Devil May Cry game.
Very beautiful stuff.
Or Final Fantasy 16.
Or 16, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it does. I'm super hyped on this one. It looks really cool. Just ton of flair, ton of action. I'm super stoked on this one. Pirate Yakuza, obviously, got a new trailer. Release date is coming on the 21st, but there's a new demo out. The demo's already out, so if you're looking to hit the high seas a little bit earlier, that's out. Alongside that, we got Dave the Diver Ichiban's Holiday. I really want to like Dave the Diver. I keep trying to play it. I think I've started it 3 times, and it just doesn't resonate with me, and I don't know why. Because it feels like a map game. You know?
Not my vibe.
It feels like a map game, but I can't get into it. I have a hard time with underwater stuff. No
Same.
Matter, I don't know why, but as soon as something goes underwater, my brain's like. Blah, 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 blah.
Guys, fun fact: I can't swim.
Really?
Rather, I'm not a great swimmer, so like underwater stuff always mess me up.
Yeah, I'm not a great swimmer.
That's a life
skill.
I'm a fine swimmer. Figure that out.
Yeah,
give me a life jacket, bro, because I'll be like eating while trying to survive
in the water. Rice is out there with like a bowl of ramen. Splitgate 2 got an alpha announcement that's coming February 27th.
What's the player base of Splitgate? I wonder.
PC.
I mean, PC.
The original did well.
It gained some traction.
Well. It did, and then they pulled it. Right.
Got it.
So like they kind of pulled a multiversus where they're like, this is catching way more heat than we anticipated. This isn't the game that they Splitgate. Like I previewed Splitgate 2 a few months ago, and it is pretty cool. For anybody who likes Splitgate, this is everything that was and more.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. It's just it has like I feel like whether or not this is going to land is depending on the other games around it. It's a cool game.
Oversaturated genre.
Yeah, a little bit. WWE 2K25 got a release date of March 14th. Something happened with that. People were excited. Borderlands 4, which was already spoken about, hitting September 23rd. Split Fiction got another trailer March 6th. Easily one of my most anticipated this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Super excited for this one.
I don't have friends. I'm not anticipated at all.
Dude, I can't wait. This is going to be good. I can't wait. Directive 8020 got a release date of October 2nd. This is a Dark Pictures game coming from Supermassive. Five Nights at Freddy's here than June 13th. Midnight Walk got a new trailer coming May 8th, coming to PS5 and PSVR 2. This one looks really cool. Super interesting art style. Probably not going to play it because I don't know if I like what it's doing. And it's just not a me thing. Yeah. This art style doesn't resonate with me. It is beautiful and impressive. It is just not for me.
You can understand that it's a beautiful platter of food, but you're not going out of your way to grab it.
It ain't for me. Darwin's Paradise is coming sometime this year. This looks like a little like platformer, starting a little octopus. Looks cute.
Little thing there.
Warriors Abyss got a stealth drop. This is like a Dynasty Warriors roguelike. Yeah. Actually looks pretty cool. I might grab this one, and it's reviewing pretty well. People seem to be liking it. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is coming May 23rd. That's the remaster of the classic. And Way of the Sword, the new Onimusha, coming 2026. Got a new trailer. Metal Gear Delta Snake Eater is coming August 28th, as leaked by the PlayStation Store earlier that week.
Looks so good.
Ape Escape is also there. I think it was there originally. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there like wasn't there an Ape Escape mini game or something in the original, or is this new?
Don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, there's something to do with Ape Escape. They teased it. Hell Is Us is coming September 4th. This one for me also looks pretty cool. Yeah, but my major question with this one is, when is Death Stranding 2 coming out? Because they feel, in terms of their vibe, very, very, very similar.
Yeah.
And if this is around each other, I'm going to be playing Death Stranding 2 before I'm going to get to Hell Is Us. And by that time, I might forget about Hell Is Us. It looks cool.
Yeah.
But it feels very Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Am I alone in that?
No, I agree. The vibes.
But it could be Death Stranding with packages, so it might be better.
Sure. And that's a,
could be
substantial triple chin. So
like, I don't want to work for Purelator. So if I don't have to work for Purelator in this game, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you're working for FedEx instead. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I like what it's doing. Curious to see, like, obviously much more action focused.
Yeah, but I already have a feeling this game's hard.
Kind of gives off
it gives a hard vibe, doesn't it?
Speaking of hard,
Lies of P Overture coming this summer 2025. This is an expansion. I don't really have any strong feelings, but Rice, tell me why you're excited. This feels soon.
Wasn't there a PS5 Pro patch just for Lies of P just recently?
Was there?
Maybe.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, cool. Well, I did enjoy kind of the narrative and how it unfolded as you played through the stuff. Like, if you can gut through kind of the difficulty of this, if you feel satisfied enough with the combat mechanics, there is a payoff in the end. And there were 3 different endings, I believe, and then a bonus clip at the end. So that teased towards what we'd be exploring next. And so there was a lot of, questions, open-ended questions after finishing the game. So I was definitely interested in checking this out. So I'm excited. That said, I'm not too excited about spending a lot of time on it because it was difficult. I did spend like so many stream days trying to finish.
I watched you got mad at this game.
Yeah, man, like I had to come away from it multiple times in order to really finish it. But
I believe you use there should be an easy mode.
The fact that I was like, I wish I could change the difficulty settings. I was like, damn, I know a lot of people are just gonna be like, get good, this skill issue, blah 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 blah. But I'm just like, I like the story enough in order to keep going.
It's a time issue.
Yeah,
totally.
Dreams of Another coming sometime this year. This was a weird one where you like shoot clouds to make stuff. I personally, this did nothing for me. I know people were excited, but not for me. Days Gone Remastered. Obviously,
I'm gonna play it.
The hottest remaster.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
April 25th. Let's talk about it because something that they buried in this is that anybody who claimed this game on PlayStation Plus at any point in time is not eligible for the $10 upgrade, which means it was part of that PlayStation Plus like pack that you got as a PS5.
Yes.
I can get it right now for $15.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you claimed it, you don't get it.
I won't be able to.
If you got one of the, I think it was also one of like the essential games at one point. If you claimed it, not eligible.
But Matt, I don't remember ever. Did I buy this game? I can't remember. But when I go into the PlayStation Store right now, it tells me it's $15.
But they noted it that if you claimed it through PlayStation Plus, you're not eligible for the upgrade. So you must have bought it at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I feel like a lot of people would have given this another shot if you could have gone that upgrade route, which I'm really surprised because, again, this doesn't feel like a game that people are going to run out and buy. But if you could spend $10 and get an upgrade and be like, you know what, there's nothing really else out right now, why not? I'll give it another shot. Because that's where I was at. I was like, you know what? I'll give it another go. Like, why not give it another chance? And
so, how many hours did you guys spend on your initial
20.
playthrough of this game?
I want to say like 10.
So I was at that mark, like 10 to 12 hours, and I wasn't hooked enough with all of the other games that I was playing.
What was the other big game that came out at the same time?
Something came out around this, because you're right. Because I remember.
Was it Red Dead?
Rice, can you fact check that for us?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I remember I didn't hate what I was playing.
Same.
But it wasn't grabbing me. Like, if there was nothing else around it, I probably would have just kind of continued to play it. But it never grabbed me enough that I wanted to keep going with it. And then something else took me away from it.
Yeah, like the bike annoyed me, having to put gas in it all the time.
Yeah.
Same with Red Dead with the horse, but
you put gas in your horse?
No, but I'm talking about like having to maintenance this thing.
Know.
I thought the story was pretty good, but I just after 20 hours, I'm like, yeah, I'm moving on. And I can't remember what the game was. There's something that came out not too long after.
Moved on. April 2019. So
what's
Death Stranding?
No, that's definitely not it.
Let's see here. Mortal Kombat.
No.
No, this is just all 2019. My bad.
Hellblade was right before it, the original.
I don't know what would have
Final Fantasy 12 Court. That was probably what took you. The Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered was a little bit after.
There you go.
But that was Switch. There was, you know what? There wasn't a lot around it.
There wasn't.
No, after though. There's got to be something that took me away after 20
I mean,
hours.
that's even worse if I wasn't captured by anything else at the time, because I don't know. I actually really enjoyed zombie games that had a decent narrative attached to it. From people that were in my community that did stick with this game, they all said it gets good when you really dive into it. And I'm like, I wanted it to be good a lot earlier. So I'm gonna, I'm reluctant, but I will give it a shot again. I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. I know the platinum's not hard, so it's like,
just
gotta grind it out.
Hold on, let me check back my Skeet and see what is around that time.
The porn game, because that game's about to get ridiculous. That we're about to talk about next. Like,
hold on,
every single PC player is about to just play that game with the pants.
Yo, Expedition 33 hits right before this. I'm not playing Days Gone anytime soon.
Yeah, bro. Expedition is gonna
I can't wait for that game to be bad. Oh, I can't.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna eat your goddamn words.
Well, the previous 4 weren't, so I don't know. I'm not eating nothing right now.
Previous 4?
There's some people that had played it. They're like,
I didn't see any previous.
Yeah, go look on Twitter. Well, you're not on Twitter. Yeah.
No, not. Stellar Blade is coming June 2025 on PC. Also, it's doing some crossover with Goddess of Victory and Nikkei.
Okay, can we talk about what's about to happen to this game?
So many mods.
Oh my god!
So many mods.
You're gonna see naked Stellar Blade.
But the problem is that like the original game pretty much already did that for you.
Yeah, but Matt, we're now gonna see it now. Like if she goes down the ladder, it's gonna be worse.
Right. The nipple will be freed.
Yeah, free the nipple. Free the nipple. There's a bit of a PlayStation Plus rock block with blueprints.
Hold on, can we just, before we go over, because I know what you're gonna do here. There's all these indies. Estimations on the sale, because I think this game is gonna be huge on PC.
Stellar Blade on PC? Oh, I think so.
I think it's gonna be huge.
Yep.
Like #1 on Steam for like a week.
Probably. I don't disagree. I think it's going to be pretty big on PC. A lot of people were, again, this game was pretty good. Again, not fantastic. I think it got better as it went.
Terrible. Yeah.
It surprised us.
Yeah, I actually liked it. I did. I think this game is going to do well. I think it will. Blueprints is coming spring 2025. This looks like this is a PlayStation Plus game that is hitting day 1. It's like a walking simulator puzzle game. And similarly, Abiotic Factor is coming summer 2025. This also hitting PlayStation Plus.
Hey, you wanted indies hitting day 1, didn't you?
I did. I'm not excited about either one of these.
You wanted it, you get it, right?
Fair,
100%. Again, not everyone's going to be for me.
It's a wide spectrum.
Yep, it is.
It makes sense now, because I think we're going to get more now, considering they're going to get rid of the PS4 game on PlayStation Plus. So now they'll throw in an indie game.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Tides of Annihilation was probably one of my favorite games that we saw. It looks very, very cool. It's like a Joan of Arc action game. I thought this was a Soul-like, and then they did like a 15-minute gameplay deep dive afterwards. It is very much like a DMC, Bayonetta.
I thought this was like Final Fantasy.
It does look a little Final Fantasy-esque, but like once you actually get into the combat,
more action.
Yeah, very, very action heavy. Looks really cool. This looks really, really dope.
Is it as like arcadey as DMC?
It looks like it. It looks like it. Like you're like summoning different knights of the round table to like use different attacks. So it feels very Final Fantasy 16 in that, but it looks like very arcadey, lots of combos, lots of juggling, lots of air stuff. Looks like different weapons and stuff that you're going to be using. This one
interesting
was probably one of my most interesting games that from this thing.
Ooh.
Right?
I like the design too.
I just wish these games had more color. I think that's another one thing about a lot of the
theme,
games.
dude. That was the theme for this thing.
I feel like
a muted.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like the
wash.
the brown generation of like the late 2000s, of like PS3, Xbox 360, where everything just had this like muddiness to it. I feel like we're now in this like Souls like dark gothic.
Elden Ring did so well, and so did Dark. That they're just like, well, let's cash in on it.
Well, we're seeing those games, the effect of those games now more than ever.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
But it's like the hero shooters. It's like the battle royales. It's all of these, like, gaming kind of operates in trends, and this is the trend right now. Again, I don't think any of these games look particularly bad. It's just like if you put a bunch of them in the same trailer, I'd have a hard time picking a lot of them apart.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? I just wish that they had a bit more of a visual identity to them. This one looks cool. Excited about this one.
Watching a lot of Avowed reviews right now, eh? Your algorithm's pushing you some at Avowed.
Well, it's Scale Up, so I watch Scale Up.
No, I know.
Metal Eden, May 6th. People seem excited about this one. I don't like the way this looks. I think the characters look out of place in the environment. I don't know how else to explain it.
And funny, this looked like Suicide Squad, and I was like, yeah, well, that game stunk. So this game's
and to your point of like color palettes and filters and whatnot, like this, I was like, oh, like there's some popping more vibrant things that show up here, which really kind of goes to your point of like it doesn't really kind of hit home on what the identity of it is. Doesn't know what it wants to be yet.
I'm just gonna say it. This looks like in the same visual palette of Concord, and I don't think that's doing it any favors.
Ooh, dude, that's mean.
Yeah. But I'm not. Again, I don't think Concord looked bad. I just think that like in terms of what this visual looks like, imagine this was Concord. Tell me that it's not like, especially in like.
Yeah, we're spending way too much time.
This moment right here.
I hope we're wrong.
I hope so.
I don't think we are.
As someone who does gravitate towards shooters, if there's something that's capturing, make it be the story. But right now, like you're right. Like what is this? It's just another game,
and it's soon. It's soon. They
don't
have They don't have a ton of time to kind of win people over, but we'll see. Mind's Eye. This is coming September 2025. This was a kind of pleasant surprise for me. This kind of looks like the Saints Row kind of open world era of games, where it's just like it doesn't look particularly good, but like depending when it comes out and what's around it, I might play it. Like not interested.
Yeah, like these trailers I feel like we're being heavily critical, but like if I were to jump into this game and have fun with it, I would spend hours on it. So if it's fun, I'll play.
Car combat in this darn trailer than game combat.
Agreed. True. People were saying that they used the same like car explosion like 3 times in one trailer. And it's like, yeah, it's a little much. Yeah, I don't know. It looks fine. Depending when it comes out, I might check it out. Sure. This, very, very excited about this. Housemarque finally debuted their new title, Saros, coming sometime next year, starring Rahul Kohli. I loved Returnal. Cool. I loved Returnal. I didn't really get into any of the Housemarque games before, but Returnal grabbed me and did not let go. And this visually looks dope. This looks super, super cool. I'm guessing it's going to be, because they kind of called it like a spiritual successor to Returnal. So I feels like it's going to be more of that, gameplay identity. So for anybody who didn't like Returnal, I don't know how much you're going to enjoy this, but I think I'm very, very excited about what this is.
Yeah.
And like Rahul Kohli's dope. So like sign me up.
Yeah, anytime you can also like add a face that's familiar, where you can anticipate like a really good performance. I'm attracted to. So like I'll be playing this game for sure.
Yeah, and it's just like sometimes when you have just like a really good face, I'm attracted to, like Rice.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I think this looks cool. I'm in on this. That was everything though. And I'm going to pull in a question as we kind of, round out this conversation, because Black Wyver writing, "Good day, gents. With the lack of first-party games in the recent state of play, am I being an optimist in thinking they are holding back for first-party announcements in a showcase later this year?"
Yes.
And before we actually get into this question, I'm going to pull in another news story because, again, relating to the conversation. Here we go. Coming from VGC, Sony, written by Andy Robinson, Sony reportedly might not hold a full PS5 summer showcase this year. Apparently, it's considering publishing a smaller state of play instead, it's claimed. According to Giant Bomb journalist Jeff Grubb, Sony Interactive Entertainment is currently debating internally between the two models, the latter of which typically focuses more on third-party games and smaller announcements. They could still have some fun announcements, and they could still start bolstering expectations for 2026. Grubb said of Sony's marketing plans for the rest of the year. Internally, it sounds like they're debating and flopping between making something that summer a full showcase versus another state of play, but they are considering a showcase. And if it is a showcase, that means they're gonna have lots of stuff to talk about. You would definitely expect to see Wolverine and a lot of other games that could come out next year. So let's set the stage, right? There wasn't a lot of first party. There was one. There was Housemarque, right? At this state of play.
Sure.
A lot of state of plays we don't usually get. We were expecting Ghost. We were expecting Death Stranding. Neither one of those were there.
I was expecting MLB The Show. I was really confused.
You were expecting MLB The Show,
right.
which again would have made sense. Court, what is PlayStation doing? What are you expecting from them in the next 3 to 4 months? Are you expecting another showcase? Are you expecting a state of play? What are you expecting them for the rest of this year?
I'm not expecting a showcase.
Okay, tell me.
I think it's just going to be a state of play because I think you're going to get Ghost. You're going to get the state of play whenever they have Ghost, right before Ghost is coming out. And I think Wolverine is perfect for like Summer Games Fest. So, show Wolverine at Summer Games Fest because that's your one thing you can show there. And then you can do a follow-up to Death Stranding for whatever the trailer that's about to drop on that. You can throw that into a state of play and be like, here's some more into Death Stranding, like more into depth. So then you got your 2 first parties, and then you can sprinkle a couple things in there. But I don't think they have, considering all the studios that got, their canceled projects, they don't got much to show us.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Even with if the rest of this year, in terms of first party, not PC ports, is Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2, I'm happy. Like I am genuinely excited.
Auto, man. Like no one wants to do anything with that.
That's what I mean. Like I'm happy enough with that output. But when they start talking about
who locked in, who countered on Grand Theft Auto on me?
I think it was Denny.
Oh, it was Denny.
It was Denny.
That's a shame.
He countered hard.
He countered hard. That hurt. Matt, stop it. I told you about the money thing. Money matters.
Don't give me hope.
Yeah. But for me, I feel like a lot of these insiders, and even Grubb himself has kind of said that like 2026 onwards, we're going to see more hitters coming from PlayStation into the back half of their life cycles. We know Wolverine is coming. I think you're right, Court. Wolverine very much feels like a Summer Game Fest announcement. Like that feels like here's your full trailer, and then there's more coming. I mean, he loves Kojima, so I could even see Death Stranding and Wolverine. It's not uncommon that we have. It's not unheard of that we have
Death Stranding, right?
That's what I mean. It's not unheard of that we'll see 2 PlayStation Studios titles in a Keighley event. It's happened before. It could happen again. And even then, Kojima's not technically PlayStation Studios, but you know what I mean. Death Stranding is basically like, first party.
I'll say this till I'm blue in the face. Naughty Dog is for Game Awards. So whatever Naughty Dog's more with the new game at Game Awards, we'll see more Naughty Dog.
Yeah, we'll probably get a gameplay trailer. That's probably entirely right. A state of play makes sense. Rice, I don't know. Where are you at on all this?
Man, like it's so funny. To your comment of like, because we're getting Ghost and maybe a couple other first parties, we're happy. I do feel like we, as the consumer of PlayStation stuff, we have kind of settled because of like the trajectory of the PS5.
I think you're right.
The current like acceptance level of that this is a tribute console, and that we're just gonna have to manage our expectations rather than expecting Sony to really like blow us away. And 2026 may look great, and it may kind of like up the ante a little bit, but like it's really not what I'm expecting. It's not like I'm not hoping for those things anymore. I'm just kind of, whatever has been given to us or teased, just waiting, right? It has felt like a lot of that with even through the lifespan of our podcast, just a lot of waiting and being like kind of even WTF moments, right? Like what's happening? What's Sony up to, and what are they trying to do? Because I think there's also this element of like, we're still selling this PS5, bro. Like
They're destroying sales with this.
That's what I'm saying. Like sales are so good. So why do I even have to give people what they want right now? They're buying our shit anyway.
Let's tie in a quick story here, because that segues perfectly as we continue to talk about this. But coming from PGC once again, coming from Andy Robinson, PS5 enjoys best ever holiday period, reaching 75 million shipments. PS5 shipments are now neck and neck with the PS4. And the company's financial results for the 3 months ending December 31st, 2024, Sony reported shipments of 9.5 million PS5 consoles, the best quarter ever of the PS5 era, and only 0.2 million behind PS4's peak in quarter 3, financial year 2017. Launch aligned, PS5 is now just 1.5 million units behind the PS4 during the same period of its life cycle, which was 76.5 million units. So I think you kind of nailed it, Rice. I think almost like we've been not beaten into submission, but it's kind of like we know things of we've like their strategy has been very public this entire life cycle.
Sure,
we've kind of given up expecting anything more, and it's like whatever we get will be a pleasant surprise. I'm excited about Yote. I'm excited about the Stranding 2. I'm excited about Wolverine. There's cool stuff coming in the pipeline, but now it's kind of like, when is like I'll be excited when I get my hands on it, because up until that point, because when was MLB The Show, yes, a Sony first party, but I feel like it kind of exists in its own space within that. What was the last first party game that we got on PS5? Astrobot. Right?
Astrobot.
Before then was what?
The Show would be the next first party.
Yeah, but I'm saying going backwards, and MLB The Show I'm kind of taking out of the equation because it's annual. We got Astro. What was before Astrobot?
First party though. You can't take it out.
No, I know, but I'm saying
just adding a caveat for no reason.
No, but I'm saying that's an expectation. We know that game is coming every year, right? I'm saying outside of that game, which we know always hits.
Horizon Remastered. That was the one after before Astrobot. Like that was remastered.
Yeah. But what was the original? What was the last original one? Was it Spider-Man 2 before that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
No.
Well,
MLB The Show, but you don't want to count it. I get it. Okay.
I just mean we know
it there.
We know that it's coming though. That's what I'm saying. We
but
know
they
that
still
it's coming.
counted as hitting their calendar, right?
100%.
It'd be PC releases.
Yeah, but again, even taking those off the table, like what was the last one? Spider-Man 2 was before Astrobot.
Damn, that's whole. Yeah,
didn't they have one on? Nope. I was gonna say something on PSVR 2, but no.
Like that's what my question is. Is that like what has come in the last few years, right?
Well, we had Stellar Blade, but that's not a first party studio, but they still counted as a release for them at that time, right?
Good. Helldivers 2. Again, these are examples, but like they're like second party stuff, right?
Yep.
Like,
but
they are console exclusive.
That's what they were.
100%. You're right. You're exactly right. But that's what I mean.
Helldivers did have the PlayStation Studios at the beginning, did they not?
Because they produced it, but they don't own Arrowhead.
No, I know, but I'm just going with the logo.
I think you're right.
I think that was there. It wasn't on Stellar Blade, but I think it was definitely on
Helldivers. So that's what I mean. I feel like this thing continues to sell.
Oh, Concord.
Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, confirmed. It's Spider-Man.
Well, no, it's Concord.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not considering Concord.
Well, you have to. It's dead, but it's real.
It existed, however brief. So that's what I mean. I like this obviously continues to do well, right?
Oh, and Lego Horizon. Jesus, guys, we're terrible.
But that's not first party.
Yes, it is.
It launched on Switch.
Doesn't matter.
TT Games is not first party.
It wasn't TT Games that made it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no,
the
TT Games did not make that game.
Don't they do all the Lego stuff?
They did not make that game. That's why I put that in my review,
Oh.
and I was pissed off about it. I was like, someone else made a Lego game, and they didn't make it like TT Games.
Oh, okay, I see.
So Studio Gobo and Guerrilla Games. You're right.
Yeah, it's a first party game.
So then it is Horizon.
Lego Horizon.
That's why
Yeah.
I said that
Yeah.
that wasn't real Lego game. I put that in my review. I'm like,
That's a good point.
I
It
see.
doesn't feel like
I
a
see what you
Lego
mean.
game. It felt like this thing that I kept going across the screen for a couple of minutes, and then I would do some Lego stuff.
So it's Horizon trying to be Lego.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, again, it continues to sell. Obviously, they don't need to do much more for them to continue to move shelves. And I feel like 22, like if Yote hits this year, if Death Stranding 2 hits this year, and then we go into 2026 with like Wolverine and whatever else they have in their hopper.
Are they really gonna put Death Stranding up against freaking Grand Theft Auto? Are they really that
I feel
crazy?
like Death Stranding is relatively imminent. I still think that's like launching in like June.
So when's Yote's launching?
I would say August, September, with Grand Theft Auto coming late October.
I would think that everybody wants to get the heck out of the way of October, November.
Nothing's coming. Nothing
Except
noteworthy.
Call of Duty, because they can do it. They can.
No, but nothing else. I'll say even I wouldn't even be surprised if COD pushes to launch ahead of Grand Theft Auto. I don't think anything massively noteworthy. There will be games, don't get me wrong, but I don't think anything noteworthy is going to come after GTA.
COD's October 11th. It's always October. It's always around Remembrance Day. Like I mean, Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving. Just mark it on your calendar. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. We get Call of Duty.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's roll into a couple more stories here to close out the show. Speaking of Death Stranding, it wasn't at the State of Play, but it will be at South by Southwest. Coming from Tom Ivan, Hideo Kojima will share new Death Stranding 2 details at South by Southwest. The On the Beach panel is announced for March, taking place on March 9th at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas. The Death Stranding 2 panel will be hosted by Kojima Productions in collaboration with publisher PlayStation. Discuss and share new details, which is still slated to be released for PS5 this year. This just feels so weird for me.
Really weird.
Isn't it? Like it feels very Kojima, but at the same time, like you just had a State of Play.
South by Southwest isn't that in Texas? Austin, Texas?
Yeah, but isn't that also like a predominantly like a movie festival?
No,
or music?
No, there's video games.
Is there?
Yeah, because I know like in the past, Rooster Teeth used to always cover stuff there, and they'd have their own little thing. There's video games there, but I am very surprised Sony's there. Sony is not like they don't go to PAX East. They don't do these type of things ever. So what does he got to? Why does Kojima have to be in Texas? Because there's no other reason. He's got to be there for. He's not going there for South by South. He's going there for something else, and he just happens. He's like, you know what? I can do it there.
It's by happenstance, you think?
This feels like what Kojima wants to do.
Or
I don't know why.
Ready for the State of Play? Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's what he wants. He's like, I want to go. I feel like he wants a more public profile, especially because we know that he does have a movie in the works. We know he has multiple projects coming. This feels like him wanting to.
He could be doing a movie.
Well, we know he's doing a movie, right?
No, I mean he could be doing something at South by Southwest with the movie, and he's like, you know what, I can do the game thing there.
Yeah, this feels like him wanting to get more in front of like mainstream media.
Yeah,
to me, you know. And again, you have like real quote unquote actors working on Death Stranding 2, right? Like he has film and TV actors who are on that. So
that's why everybody thought that Rahul Cool. Everybody thought the amount of people I saw in the comment section for the State of Play, they were like, "Oh, Death Stranding 2, he's in Death Stranding 2, he's in Death Stranding." Everybody thought there was Death Stranding 2.
So let me ask you this: do you think that there's a possibility we get a release date then?
No, I would think that's when we get the that's the last State of Play that I was talking about. That's when you get your release date. It's easy.
For me, I feel like that if in my timeline that it's launching June, if they're going to do a State of Play in late May, early June, it's too late.
It's too late. They always do something around PAX. So PAX East is in May, so it actually makes sense.
They could do like a dedicated State of Play for Death Stranding 2, talking about stuff ahead of launch. But like I'm at like a 50-50 on this. I think there's a possibility we see a release date at this thing.
Maybe.
Like you say, he kind of just does what he wants to do.
With PAX East being in May this year, and you're gonna get like I almost like guarantee Judas to be there. Because that's a Boston studio, right? And then you're gonna get probably something to do with Borderlands. That like you got all these things that are probably there might be an announcement around that time because there's gonna be announcements around it.
Could be.
They moved it. I don't just
that feels like a press preview time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? where people are gonna go hands on with it behind closed doors and then talk about it afterwards. You know, I could see that. But I don't know, Rice. Do you think we could get a release date at this presentation thing?
I'm leaning towards no, just because if the if the premise that he is going there for multiple things, I don't know that I can really guarantee that would be the focus.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
well, this panel or whatever he's doing is a Death Stranding 2 panel.
Got it. So, I mean, there's a possibility. Like you said though, like that breaking into like that mainstream, right? And I think that's more the focus is.
But is this panel going to be online?
I don't know.
Because I just don't see Sony dropping a release date for one of their biggest games of the year on a panel that's not even live on the internet.
I could see them announcing it there and then dropping a trailer online right alongside it. Like, here's a new gameplay trailer announcing the release date.
It just feels weird to do it that way.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I feel like if it wasn't Kojima, I wouldn't even be considering it.
Fair. Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is Kojima. Thing. That's it. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I'm like, maybe. Let's kind of hit a quick rock. Maybe. There was a dice. I'm gonna pull in a couple things here all at once.
Matt?
You gotta be the one.
Oh my god, he actually got it. Rice was even worried that you were.
Well done. I know.
I saw it in Rice's face. Like, he's not gonna say.
Does he know this reference?
Yeah,
I do know the Backstreet Boys. Believe it or not.
God damn it.
20th annual Dice Awards happened. I just want to recognize Game of the Year, Astrobot. Astrobot cleaned up at this thing. It won like 5 different awards. Speaking of Astrobot, let's keep it going. We're getting 5 new levels coming from VGC. Andy Robinson wrote this, and a PS5 Pro patch.
So I downloaded it before the show and I went and tried it. I don't notice anything.
I was about to say, I feel like that game was pristine enough.
Same.
That, like, I don't know what a PS5 Pro patch
also
could
the levels
do.
are way too hard.
I'm so excited. I haven't had a chance to play them yet, but these are challenge stages that have speedrun stuff alongside it, but they are not speedrun levels. I'm very, very excited about difficult levels. TikTok Shock. I think this first one is focused around the time freezing one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Court.
You're right. I didn't correct you. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, more Astrobot. Again, this is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm excited about this. Man. I like this weekly release thing. I think it's fun. Just keep giving it to us. And
yeah, we'll take it.
We'll take it. And
I still want an Astrobot like maker.
I think that would be really cool.
That would be fun.
And I need to bring this up because Court has nailed this. Coming from Andy Robinson once again from BGC, but PlayStation says it's planning to release more family games like Astrobot. Sony says the platformer's award success validates its plan to expand into the family genre. Speaking during an earnings call on Thursday, Sony president Hiroki Totoki highlighted that Team Asobi's platformer's recent award success so that it validated its intention to expand its family offerings in the future. At the Game Awards 2024, our first-party title Astrobot won 4 categories, including Game of the Year and Best Family Game, the most of any title, he said. And he basically goes on to say that they're going to continue to strive to have a broad title portfolio, with the family games being a focus. But Court, you've been talking about this for months. Yeah. How it seems this has seemed to be the direction that they're heading in, and I mean, outright confirmed.
2024 was the year of family game for PlayStation.
Right.
Even on PlayStation Plus.
Let me ask you this then. What do you think we could get? Are you expecting new IP? Are you expecting
games? I'm going to get another Ratchet, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100% on a Ratchet, and I think what they'll do is they'll still have it a single player game, but they'll have a mode where you can play it 2-player, but you don't have to. So then, parents can play with their kids. It's just too easy.
Do we get a new Sly?
Sorry?
Do we get a new Sly? Because I feel like a new Sly could really
makes way more sense. And the reason why Sly does make a lot of sense is because they put it in PlayStation Plus Premium, and I got all the Sly games again. So I think we're going to get some mascot games. They have way too many mascots in their fold.
Sure.
But Sly is a perfect one. It wouldn't be Sucker Punch making the game, though. I don't think they're going to get Sucker Punch to make it. They would get another studio.
Sanzaru still around? Didn't they make Sly 4? Which I think people liked. It just didn't live up to the same expectations that
I like all the Sly games, but I think Sly is an easy one, and you would get the nostalgia, and you'd also get the kids wanting to play it.
Yeah. I feel like if they kind of go all out with Sly, make it like a much more like bombastic thing, it could really land. Let me ask you this, and this is a question for both of you. We're all dads here. If you
also Little Big Planet.
You think Little Big Planet's going to come back?
Ooh.
I think it's easy to do it, unless you're going to do a maker with Astrobot and say, all right, let's just do an Astrobot maker game where people can create their own levels.
You know what would be a really good family game?
Oh, shut up with your PlayStation
Battle Royale. Battle Royale too.
It's not a family game at all.
Think
As
of all
a
the families.
parent, no, it's not.
I would be down, honestly.
Listen, I feel like we've seen the kind of first brush with it with Lego Horizon, where they've taken an IP that isn't family friendly and have kind of made it so. Are you expecting them to continue to do that? Not necessarily Lego, but do you think we could see like a more family friendly God of War or Uncharted?
But we're getting another, not Uncharted, but I think we're getting in that Horizon multiplayer game that's gonna be cartoony, right?
True, the MMO, yeah.
I think you could definitely do that with Spider-Man.
Sure, yeah.
You could definitely do something with Spider-Man. I think it would be very tough with God of War, to be honest. It's just too brutal.
Yeah.
You can't do it with anything by Naughty Dog unless you're gonna do what's that the
Jak and Daxter?
Jak and Daxter.
Oh my god, if they brought back Jak, not Jak 2 and Jak 3. I love Jak 2 and Jak 3,
but that would be crazy.
They go way too dark in those games for anything family friendly. They'd have to be much more.
I think Sly makes way too sense.
Sly is so easy. You would have, because I think you're right. You'd have us buying in as old school fans and completely opening up the door for new
Astro,
fans.
Sly, and Ratchet and Clank. So now you have your 3 games. You could just every couple years drop one
of them,
and you have your new family game.
Bryce, what do you think as a dad? What games do you want them to go family friendly with?
That's an interesting question, and like I know I'm a dad.
Do you though?
But my kind of interesting take is that growing up with PlayStation, I always felt like I was definitely too young to be playing the games.
Yeah, 100%.
And part of that like allure was I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, but like it's
taboo, bro.
Hella
like
cool.
Resident Evil and Metal Gear, and you're like,
dude, like, and that's so it's
Combat.
a tough question, man. Tough question. I mean, like, I think you were onto something with the All Stars.
Was he though? That's not a family game.
I mean, maybe even just like an
All Star Party, like a Mario Party version of PlayStation.
Sure,
a kart racer,
like a chibi character versions of the mascots. In one game.
Here, you know what I want?
Who made the Sackboy game? Who made the Sackboy game? Because it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Last one. Because there's another mascot, right? That's a family-friendly game.
Yeah, but I don't know how well that's sold.
It was too hard. My daughter said it was way too hard. She's not wrong.
It was
Sumo.
Sumo. It was Sumo.
So you could do. That's 4 mascots, right?
But Sumo just like canceled everything and rolled up development, and they're only focusing on like a couple of things now, apparently. So it wouldn't be Sumo, but they could probably get somebody to do it.
You have 4 mascots that you can play with there, and that's what sells.
Here, you know what I want? I want an Animal Crossing like with PlayStation characters. The chibi versions, everything because PlayStation doesn't have like a cozy game. You know what I mean? And that is again another massive genre right now of these like cozy city builders.
Out of these mascot games, which one has a world you could do that with?
I think it's literally its own thing, and then you can have these characters exist in it.
Like a Disney Dreamlight.
Exactly like a Disney Dreamlight. They make their own thing, and like Nathan Drake can show up, Sly Cooper can show up, Jak and Daxter can show up. Like
I'm thinking through my daughter's eyes, right? So like she's older than both your kids. So I'm thinking that's the audience they're going for. And that's what I feel like they're going for right now.
Fair.
So Nathan Drake is not a thing. That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, take whatever IP they have that's not Horizon, because please just stop beating me over the head with Horizon. Ape Escape Island, works.
Ape Escape could very easily, especially because they seem to be talking a lot about Ape Escape lately. It also just premium. That's a mascot platformer that they can bring back easy.
And you could do a cozy game with that.
You could.
There are characters,
different monkeys and stuff.
It's easy.
There's room for them. There's room for them to do stuff here. I'm not even gonna pull up this thing, but we got our PlayStation Plus stuff too. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Top Skin 2025.
I'm gonna put Jedi Survivor, by the way, as a PS5 Pro patch. So
nice. Maybe it'll actually hit 30 frames per second. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage Tape 1. I'm excited about that. Saga Frontier Remasters, Somerville, Tin Hearts, more now, and then hitting
What about
PlayStation Plus
Poker
Premium.
Champs? Isn't Poker Champs? I thought I saw Poker Champs.
I don't see Poker Champs here.
It's in there.
Patapon 3. Patapon 3 and Dropship United Peace Force are hitting premium. Good month.
Oh, and Topspin Tennis.
Yeah, Topspin. Yeah. Lost Records is an indie game I'm excited about. Coming day and date. Very excited for that.
Look at the list. What they give you a sports game every month now. They're giving one. I feel like they're being way more calculated with PlayStation Plus lately, and I'm kind of impressed.
Yep.
It's a good list. Calculated.
It's a good list, and I think there's more that they haven't even announced yet. But
there's
I feel
one game for somebody on there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get at. What's the family-friendly game? I guess Patapon.
Patapon, as far as premium, there isn't really one explicitly.
Patapon's family-friendly. It's just
no, I know, but
game.
for extra, I'm saying for extra. But, because none of the rest of these are very family-friendly esque.
Which is interesting because it's wintertime and you'd be inside more.
Yeah.
Mind you, they have so many darn Lego games in there now.
Speaking of it being wintertime, our final question as we round up the show coming from Dave Pietrangelo. If a PlayStation game was a snowstorm, which game would it be? Follow up, what the fuck, Old Man Winter? What PlayStation game would be a snowstorm?
God of War.
Snowstorm. Yeah,
God of War.
Totally.
God of War. Ragnarok specifically.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Infamous. You could make a snowstorm out of the power.
Infamous works.
Infamous works. You know what game instantly came to mind? It's not a PlayStation game at all, but Lost Planet. I haven't thought about the game in a really long time, but that just popped into my mind.
There was snow.
Oh, so are we talking more like a game that has snow in it, or
no? If a PlayStation game was a snowstorm, Horizon, bro. Frozen Wilds.
I don't want to talk about Horizon anymore. I just feel like we're getting killed with that game.
We should start. One of those things that different workplaces have that it's been it's this many days since injury. Yeah. We should have one of those that's
this many
episodes since we've talked about Horizon, and we can just
or Sony has every time Sony talks about Horizon in one of their press releases, we're like, oh, they did it again. Great IP, but they're killing us with it.
Way too much. Just way too much. Plus now we can all
Spider-Man, and they're using Horizon more than they use Spider-Man.
That
makes no sense to me.
There's lots of opportunity for a Spider-Man game. I mean, Spidey and His Amazing Friends is a huge hit.
The cartoon Disney one we're talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, that could be a game.
The new Friendly Neighborhood show is also pretty good and doing well.
We're on episode 2.
It gets pretty dark, dude. It gets pretty dark. I will tell you that right now.
She's in it to win it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's pretty good.
Into the Spider-Verse. She's all over it.
Hell yeah.
Hold on. He's got something right there on a family-friendly game. That's even you could do a Dreamlight Valley with Spider-Man and the verse.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, you're muted.
You're on mute. You touched
I got too excited. I would never play anything else. You
could do a Dreamlight Valley with Spider-Man.
Yeah, totally, man.
And you can print money.
Give me a Marvel Dreamlight Valley,
and
it's over.
They can't though. They can only do Spider-Verse.
But Marvel can make it. That's what I'm saying.
But we're looking at Sony here, and that's like a license to print money. That's like a Pokemon game.
Yeah, it is like a Pokemon game. That is like.
But you do the characters from the TV show we're talking about with the little green goblin and the ghost spider and all that.
And Rhino in his
outright
stupid voice.
He's not right. He's not wrong. But I outright tried to get large licenses. Like they can get WB and stuff. They can't. They can't.
This one's big.
Yeah, this one big boy.
If Marvel can't get Spider-Man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they licensed it out. They said, "Here, Sony,
you make the game." Disney's got dump trucks, and they had to put a lot of dump trucks to get that.
That's a lot of dump trucks. That brings us to the end of this week's show, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us on this snowy Sunday evening. Court, before you fall asleep in your chair, where can people find more of you?
You can find me every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. on 3 Dads and a Console, and you can find me here at Console Creatures. I will be doing the review for MLB The Show for Console Creatures, so that'll be next month. That's coming up.
Please be excited about that. Rice, my dude, where can people see more of you?
Yes, absolutely. You can follow me on my Linktree /Rice BOYYY TV as well. I'll be doing some content on the Minnow channel, so Linktree /WeAreMYNNO. Follow me on both those platforms.
go check out Rice in both of those spaces, and his address is 123 Hot Boy Lane. In case you wanted to bring him anything in person. As for myself,
full man, hot man. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
You can find me here each and every week. You can find my words at Calls of Creatures and at butwhythough.net. I have a bunch of stuff hitting over the next few weeks, so please be excited. That brings us to the end of the show, folks. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, stay out of the snow, or get in the snow if that's your thing. Burrow tunnels, get in under the ground, get all the places. Bye.